Today we'll see about the long transmission line, that is analysis of long transmission line by regress method. For the short and the medium transmission line, so the transmission line constants are lumped or concentrated at one or more points, correct? For the long transmission line, the line constants are uniformly distributed throughout the length of the line. Why? Because if the same assumption if you are making for the analysis of long transmission line, it is seen that there is a serious errors occurs in its performance parameter. So for the better accuracy, so the line constants are uniformly distributed throughout the length of the line. So here we are going for this regress method, that is a mathematical treatment is to be made for obtaining the solution. So we can see here we are considering a element of length, it is a dx at a distance x meter from the receiving end side. We can see from the figure, correct? And here we are considering that is z is nothing but your series impedance per unit length we are considering, and y is nothing but shunt admittance per unit length we are considering. So here the voltage v we are considering, this is at the towards the receiving end side we are considering the voltage is v, and current leaving the element we are considering it is a I, as well as the current entering the element we are considering it is I plus di, and here the voltage at the sending end side we are considering it is a v plus del v here. And for the small element dx, so here it is nothing but it is z into it is dx, it is a series impedance, and we are considering it is y into it is the length if I am multiplying, that is a total shunt admittance, that is a y into it is dx here. So next one, the rise in voltage over the element length dx in the direction of increasing excess dv, that is on the sending towards the sending end side if you are considering, that is a rise in voltage, it is a dv, that is equal to, that is the product of current and it is the impedance in the element, so that is I into z into it is a dx. So from this we can find out dv by dx equal to it is I into z, so that we can consider it as the equation number 1, and we know that that is the current entering the element we are considering it is I plus di, and current leaving the element we are considering it is I. So from this we can find out the current flowing through the shunt admittances, it is I plus di, and here it is leaving, so it is minus I, so it will get cancelled, so it is we are getting it as a di here. So the di is nothing but what it is so the di is nothing but it is v into y into it is a dx, correct? So here di equal to it is v into y into it is dx. So from this we can find out di by dx equal to it is v into y. So we are considering this is the equation number 2. Now this equation number 1 we are differentiating with respect to x. So we'll get d square v by dx square equal to it is z into di by dx. And in this equation the di by dx we can write it as a v into y. So this we can consider as the equation number 3. So this is like it is a linear differential equation. For this equation we have to find the solution. So if it is in this form, so your solution is, this is your solution here. So from this directly we can write our solution here for this differential equation, that is y equal to it is a1 into e to the power of it is root of z into y into x plus a2 into e to the power of minus z into y into x. So from this we have to find out what is the constant a1 a2 we have to find out here. So this is the solution of differential equation. This we are considering is the equation number 4, and if you are differentiating the equation 2 with respect to your x here, so this is your equation number 2, correct? di by dx equal to v into I. This if you are differentiating, so we'll get d square I by dx square equal to y into it is dv by dx, correct? So the dv by dx already we know it is I into z. So this is we can consider it as the equation number 4. Now this equation number 4 we are differentiating with respect to your x here. So if you are differentiating, we'll get dv by dx equal to a1 into this with respect to x. If you are differentiating, this will come, it is root of zy into e to the power of root of zy into x plus this a2 into this if you are differentiating minus root of zy into e to the power of minus zy into x, correct? So in both the term root of zy is common, we can take it outside, so we'll get the term a1 into e to the power of root of zy into x. Here only root of zy we have taken outside, so minus sign will come, so minus a2 into e to the power of minus root of zy into x. So this we can consider it as a equation number 6. So now what we have to find was in the equation number 3, so we have to substitute this v value here. So what is your equation number 3? Equation number 3, we got it as a d square v by dx square equal to z into v into y, correct? So this, in this equation we have to substitute, v will be, we have to replace by this equation here. So we'll get the equation d square v by dx square equal to z into y. This v will be replaced by this term here. So that's why here we have written d square v by dx square equal to z into y. The v will be replaced by this term. This we are considering it as a equation number 6. From equation number 1, we know that dv by dx equal to I into z, correct? So this we are substituting in this equation number 6. So we'll get the current equation will get. So this is your voltage equation, and from this, if you are substituting dv by dx is I into z, we'll get the current equation here. So from this we are getting the current equation here. So that is this z will come here, and this z we can add as a root of z into root z. So it will get cancelled. We'll get root of it is y by z into a1 into e to the power of root of zy into x minus a2 into e to the power of minus root of z into y into x here. So this is your current equation. So already we got the equation number 4, and this is your equation number 4 is nothing but your voltage equation, and 8 is nothing but your current equation. So in this equation, so we have to find out the constant. What is a1 and a2 we have to find out. So for finding this one, we are considering that is the distance, that is x is 0. So if we are considering here, so we are considering the distance x is 0. If this is 0, your voltage V will be equal to VR and I will be equal to your IR, correct? So that's why here written at x equal to 0, V equal to VR and I equal to IR. So this, if you are substituting in the equation number 4, that is a voltage equation, and equation number 8 is a current equation. If you are substituting here, so we'll get this equation. V is, we can replace by V is nothing but your VR. So equal to, so we'll get the term in terms of exponential. So in voltage equation also, so it will become 1. If you're substituting x value as a 0, it will become 1. So you'll get a1 plus a2 in voltage equation. Similarly, for the current equation, if you're substituting x as a 0, so this term become 1. So we'll get a1 minus a2 into, it is root of it is y by z, correct? So this two equation, if you're solving here, we'll get what is a1 and what is a2. So we got a1. So that a1 value, if you are substituting here, we'll get what is your a2. a2 equal to VR minus a1. So a1 value, if you are substituting here, we'll get what is your a2. So this is your a2 here. So this a1 and a2 we have to substitute in the voltage equation and the current equation. That is the equation number 4 and the equation number 8. So if you are replacing, we'll get this equation here. So this is the equation we are getting. So in this equation, so we can written in terms of, it is a characteristic impedance is nothing but is z and propagation constant is, it is a gamma. So wherever it is root of z by y, that will be replaced by it is zc, and root of z into y will be replaced by it is a gamma here. So if you are replacing here, we'll get this equation. So in this, root of z by y, it is replaced by zc, and z into y will be replaced by it is a gamma here, that is a propagation constant. So that is the equation we are getting in V and I here. So that is the equation number 13 and 14 we are considering, that is V and I in terms of exponential form we are getting. So now what we are doing is, we are expanding and rearranging the equation number 13 and 14. We are multiplying this two term, and we are expanding and rearranging the term. So first, in voltage equation, if you are multiplying inside, we are getting VR term here, guys. So VR, if you are taking outside, we'll get e to the power gamma x plus e to the power minus gamma x divided by 2, and here is IR into zc, it is common if we are taking outside. So we'll get e to the power of gamma x minus e to the power of minus gamma x divided by 2. So this is nothing but your cos hyperbolic of gamma x, and this is nothing but your sine hyperbolic of x. Formula will be correct. So this is your VR here. Similarly, in IR term also, if you are multiplying inside, and if you are rearranging the term, so we are getting VR by zc, it is sine of h gamma x plus IR into, this is a cos h gamma x. So this we are considering equation number 15, and current equation considering it is a equation number 16. And again, to finding the sending end condition, so again here we are substituting the x, the length is increasing, x equal to L if you are increasing. So your V value will be equal to Vs, and your current I will be equal to, it is a Is here. So that's why here we are substituting the sending end condition, substituting x equal to L L in equation number 15 and 16. So your V will become it as a Vs and I will become it as a Is here. So here we can write in terms of Vr into cos hyperbolic of gamma into x will be replaced by it as a L. Similarly, here also the x will be replaced by it as a L here. In current equation also, that is I will become it as a Is. So here it becomes sine of h gamma into x will be replaced by it as a L here. So again here also IR into cos h gamma into it is replaced by L. So this is the general equation for voltage and the current in hyperbolic form.